which parts of the report that you're referring to.
So the recording started again. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, do we have any questions? Nope. Mrs. McBain, we have something to circulate, please.
Thank you. It'll just be 2 minutes again. We'll get it sent over.
Thanks very much. Councillor McClellan.
Thanks, convener. It was just to, obviously the recommendation is approve option 4. Is there, Ms. Dyke, I appreciate it's obviously a bit difficult. Is there anything you can say around what, if we choose not to approve the recommendation, to what might happen, or without mentioning the private business?
Ms. Dyack, is there anything you can add?
Thank you. I think that, as already mentioned, the key objective for the service is that we continue to provide support to those who need us the most. We have obviously looked at what would represent best value. We are clearly looking to return best value for the public pound, at the same time as giving the service user the optimum service that's possible.
Thank you, Ms. Dyke.
Thank you for that. Do members need a few moments to read over this? It's fairly brief. Councillor McClellan.
I mean, I see what I'm just reading it over now. I mean, are you not writing to the Scottish Government about the following year, which is after an election, which is it could be a different administration running the country now at that point, but I don't see any issue.
Are you that worried, Councillor McClellan?
Certainly not, but I thought I'd ask the question anyway.
Councillor Yule.
Thanks, convener. I think Councillor McClellan makes a good point, and would it not be more appropriate to write, given that we are just 4 months or less than 4 months now away from a Scottish Parliament election, assuming it goes ahead, would it not be more appropriate that we write to the leaders of all the groups represented, all the political parties represented in the Scottish Parliament? We want them all on side with this, not just the outgoing government. I say that with my fingers crossed.
Yes, I mean, there's certainly some merit in that. However, I suppose what this asks for is a signal from the current government in terms of their policy and their commitment to tackling homelessness.
Yeah, if I may, convener, I would hope that's something we'd ask all the political parties in the Scottish Parliament to sign up to. And I wouldn't want to sort of try and lead you by a nose, convener, but if you don't change it, you're accepting an SNP win in May, which certainly I'm not, and I'm sure you'll be trying your best to ensure that doesn't happen as well.
Councillor Lumsden.
Yeah, I know, it was just to say that as much as we don't like them, they are still the government. Just now, they are still going to be setting a budget later this month or next month. So I think it's only relevant that we write to the government that's in power right now, and let them set out their priorities, and hopefully it's the same priorities as us when it comes to tackling homelessness.
Councillor Ewell, perhaps once you've overturned the government and there's a new government in place, we can write to them also.
Keeping the sense of humour. I love it.
So is that us agreeing? And
are we agreed on this, or Councillor Ewell, did you have something to move?
Agreed.
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 Convener, since you've invited me to move something, I'll move something.
Agreed.
You know,
It certainly wasn't an invitation.
Seemed like that to me, and I'm too polite not to accept your kind invitation, so I will move something, which is, and I've just lost the words, instructs the Chief Executive to write to the leaders of all political parties represented in the Scottish Parliament, seeking a commitment, seeking their support to ensure the service is 100% funded for 2021/22 financial year and beyond. How's that?
That sounds wonderful. Do you have a seconder?
I've no idea.
yes, he does.
Oh, thank you, whoever that was.
You're a bit quicker this time, Councillor McClellan. Okay, well, I'll be moving what we have before us. I'm pretty content that if and when there's a change in government, we can address that then. But as Councillor Lumsden already stated, that the Scottish Government, as they are currently, will be setting a budget, and I think it's absolutely right that we request them to look at this and give adequate funding. Do I have a seconder?
Yes, convener, I'm very happy to second you. You know, I've seen this. I was about to say something that might come across the wrong way there, convener. When I was about to say, I remember sleeping with you in the park almost 2 years ago for the sleep out. Just to let everyone know, it was the sleep in the park event that was raising money for this that eventually went to this program, and you know there was other councillors and officers there as well. So I think you know it certainly shows our commitment to this, and I think it's only right that we write to the government that's in power just now as we're coming up to a budget time. I think it's disappointing that that it's not fully funded. You know, if homelessness is I was going to say number one priority, but that's education, and what I heard earlier, it's also child poverty. So it's maybe the number three in terms of our priorities. But if it is a priority for them, then they should be putting adequate resource to it. It's disappointing that they're choosing only to fund it for 50% for 1 year. I think it's difficult for setting up programs when we don't have any sort of more long-term funding. I think that's difficult to run a service and get things up and running, but that's where we are. And I think it's only right that we request that they rethink that and make a bigger commitment to this this scheme. So I'm happy to second you, convener, on this.
Thank you, Councillor Lumpton. Councillor Ewell.
Thanks, convener. I'll be brief because I've just noticed the time, and I'm sure we all could be somewhere else. I'll just say, even if you're not looking beyond May 2021, which I think is perhaps slightly foolish, but even if you're not doing that, can I just remind members, and particularly Councillor Lumsden, that it's not the Scottish Government that sets and agrees a budget. It is the Scottish Government that proposes a budget, and it is the Scottish Parliament that agrees a budget. And as the SNP thankfully don't have a majority in the Scottish Parliament, it does need the support of at least one other political party to pass. And on that basis, surely it makes sense to raise this with all the political parties in the hope that at least one other political party will take it up and pursue it with the government as a negotiating point. So I would urge members to support the amendment, but to all honesty, I can't believe we're dividing over this. Thanks, convener.
Thank you, Councillor Ewell. Councillor McClellan.
Thank you, convener. I'm happy to support Councillor Yule's amendment, and the SNP members will also be supporting him. We will be voting for his amendment. It is quite funny though to hear Councillor Lumsden already, as a political candidate, concede the election to the SNP. Even Councillor Yule has that little bit of hope that there might be something different come May, but not that I think that's the case. But yeah, I don't know why we're dividing over this. To be honest, it's a cracking project, and you know we're happy to approve the recommendations. But it is sad there has to be the aspect of politicking to go with it. But we'll just stop there because time is getting on.
Thank you, Councillor McClellan. Does anyone wish to enter debate? No, Councillor Yule, then I'll leave you to sum up.
I'll be even briefer than I was in moving, convener. Can I thank Councillor McClellan for seconding me? Don't agree with his comments about the election, but we'll set that to one side. But otherwise, what he said was entirely sound. And thank you again for your support, Councillor McClellan.
Thank you, Councillor Yule. I'll be even briefer and move to the vote, I think. This is McBain.
Okay, thank you, convener. So the committee has before it a motion in the name of the convener and an amendment in the name of Councillor Yule. So could members please vote motion on amendment? Convener?
Motion.
Councillor Bell?
Motion.
Councillor Graham?
Motion.
Councillor Cormie?
Amendment.
Councillor Yule?
Amendment.
Councillor Leslie Dunbar?
Motion.
Councillor Hendrickson?
Amendment.
Councillor Lumsden?
Motion.
Councillor MacDonald?
Motion.
Councillor McClellan?
Amendment.
Councillor Nicol?
Amendment.
Councillor Radley?
Amendment.
Councillor Stewart?
That would be a motion.
Okay, the motion wins by 7 votes to 6, therefore it's approved. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And can I just thank all members and officers for their attendance and participation today. And thank you for bearing with me while I tackled some technical difficulties. That draws today's meeting to a close. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.